Hey guys, and thanks for stopping on by to my channel and this video. In this video I'm going to go through the S.H.Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Broly movie Gogeta figurine. I'm actually pretty excited about this one. I'm surprised it got delivered to me sooner than I expected. And here he is in the box, and I'm digging it quite a lot just in the box right now. I do have actually the Broly figure too, which is right here, and I'll go through that in a separate video. But in this one, it's just going to focus purely on Gogeta. But here he is in the box right now, and he looks pretty good. This is a pretty standard Dragon Ball box theme for all the S.H.Figuarts for now. And then you've got a photo of Gogeta there, and a nice window display of him. He's looking really cool. I really like what I'm seeing so far. On the side then, it just says Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta. On the reverse, more pictures of him. On the other side, just black and white pictures. And then on the bottom, and the top. So let's get this thing open. So here is Gogeta out of the box, and he's looking pretty cool, just as I hoped. So we'll go through the parts and then I'll show you the figure. So with any Dragon Ball figure or Goku type of figure, even Vegeta, you're going to expect to have open palm hands like so. So these aren't any surprising type of hands. You've seen them before if you've got any sort of Dragon Ball figure. And here we go. And then the next pair of hands are his Kamehameha hands, which if you have a Goku figure, then these should be instantly recognizable. And now Gogeta has appeared too. And then his final pair of hands are his battle posing hands, or eye gouging hands that I like to refer to them as, which have the thumb and then the two fingers extended out in a claw sort of shape. That's his hands. Then of course he's got the two fists that are already attached to him. His faces then, so he comes with two extra Super Saiyan Blue faces. So the original, which is a very stoic expression, and then this one is his smirking face. His eyebrow painting is slightly offset. That's only really noticeable if you're paying super close attention. You're probably not going to notice it. Otherwise, I found it more noticeable on the original face. But here is a smirking one, just for your pleasure. And then these are lettered. So this one says B on the reverse side, and then the others will say C and D respectively. So there's this one, and then the other one is, instead of dropping it, it's the shouting, screaming, yelling, however you want to call it, face, which also has Super Saiyan Blue, which looks quite good. I like it. Good profile view. And then finally, he comes with a regular black hair, head and face. So this is the only one he comes with, but you can take off the face, but you can't actually use the Super Saiyan Blue ones on this head anyway. So I'll just show you that. So it comes off like so. So it says D on this one. The pegs are actually on the head, and same for that one, which I think may be a new thing. And I'll get into that as I swap the faces. So you can't actually apply those to this. The pegs are slightly different. This is a long one versus this black one, which isn't as long. So it's specifically for this face. I like this one. It looks cool. This is also a smirking one. Let's bring out the Super Saiyan Blue one, just to give you a side by side of what both look like. I think both are pretty good, and both serve their purpose well. Onto the figure then. Now, on first inspection, I really like what I see of this figure. There's a bit of paint issues, kind of smudging of the paint, or going across lines, which you can kind of see, especially on the collar. But you know, it's very minor stuff. But generally, I like what I'm seeing on this figure. His hair looks good. His head looks good. His muscles look pretty damn perfect. And his pants are quite cool too. They're not really they're not the same actually, or as Goku 2.0 that came out last year. They are a bit different in terms of scope. And I like the kind of shading that's going on around here, the knees and everything, which looks good. Oddly though, I do have a bit of scratching or cracking, or not really cracking, but scratching of the paint on his thigh, which I did locate here, but now all of a sudden I can't actually find. There we go. It's there, where my finger's pointing. It doesn't really happen on the other leg. So yeah, you can't really notice it. It's just because I was looking at it really closely. So he looks really cool. I really like, just like I said, the sculpt of him, the muscle sculpt of him is really nice. His hair looks good. It's got that shine to it. Some of you might prefer the third-party translucent sort of effect, which I think looks good too, but they're third-party. But yeah, this figure looks good. He's got a blue wraps around his ankle shins, which is new, which does, the Goku doesn't have that. And then of course his boots are new. The blue sash too. This is soft plastic, which looks just quite good. Yeah, he looks really, really good. So let's go through the articulation to show you that. So top to bottom. So his head moves down just a bit. So I'll show you that. It's about that much. If you force it too much, then his face will eventually come off. And you can see that happening right there. This applies to every single face you put on him. So yeah, he only moves down about that far, and it's via the neck mostly, not really at the head. It's via the neck, and you bring him up like so. And then yeah, do it too much, and then his face will come off. That's a minor grievance. I just think it's because of the pegs. They're made differently, because the pegs are now here rather than on the face. I just don't think they grip as well. Maybe that's just my weird science, false science working. I don't know, but yeah, just wanted to show you that. He can tilt his head left and right, and then turn it side to side. He can jut his head forward a little bit, by the way. So if you ever need that for reasons, but he has that. Shoulder, then he can lift his arms up about that much before his sleeve, cloudy looking sleeve, gets in the way. They're pretty thick. They are articulated at the back of the shoulder, so he can move them, and then he can bring his arm all the way around too. He's got a twist at the bicep. He can bring his arms forward, butterfly joint, and then his sleeve retracts too, and then at the elbow like so. And then the wrist is what you would expect from any other action figure from S.H.Figuarts, like so. Then for the upper torso, he can crunch like so, but then you get some sort of gaps around there. Leaning back is a bit more of a problem though, because if you see here, that can come out a little bit, so you might have to pinch it in, and then he can lean back a bit more, but you're going to get a gap on the front side. So yeah, if you want to reduce that, just bring it back a little bit, and then that's a bit more of the range that he's going to go without starting to expose those areas. Same then for leaning left and right. You can go quite a big distance, but then you're going to start exposing little areas here around the rib cage. Twisting down at the bottom is shown first. The top he can do, but again, those little, the way it's been formed, it can start clipping, so you'll feel some resistance there. And then his sash actually can move around like so. I mentioned this is soft plastic, thin soft plastic. It's quite good. It looks good and it feels decent. It should be quite resistant. It has some resistance to it. You can move this as well on this side. You can take this off. I would recommend not doing that, because once you take it off, it can probably be a bit too easy to come off afterwards. So far it hasn't come off again for me, but yeah, better to just leave it. Don't mess around with that, I think. Then for his legs move up quite a far bit, because this is loose, so it's actually just kind of plain underneath that. There's nothing really going to stop him, so you can lift his leg very, very high like so, and then same for the back, but then that's what I mean, you'll start seeing that. Same for his back, he can take it all the way back. So he's got really, really great leg movement actually. Bringing them up like so. I'll show you the crotch too, which looks a bit weird, but that's how these figures are now. And then he can also do the splits the other way like so. So he's got very, very good leg range movement. I can't really complain about that. Got the twist right here. Then for the knee, which is just as good. No twist around here. His ankles are a bit more limited. He has the usual range, the movement, but he can't really bring his foot down all that much because of the ankle straps. And then the toe. So it's pretty good in terms of articulation minus that little ankle bit, but it shouldn't really be a huge issue for most poses that you're going to try and get him in. So it should be fine. So then let's take off the face. Now, as I mentioned, if you push his head down too much, then his face automatically comes off. So that's kind of assisted us right there. Let's put his angry face, screaming face on. Just line it up with the pegs and push them in like so. I do prefer the face itself having the pegs, not the head. I'm pretty sure that's new. But there we go. That's his screaming face. It looks quite nice. Then actually let's change his entire head with the black hair. Now this one, you can probably take the face off and then attach the hair if you're having difficulty with it. But I'm going to do it right now like so. And it looks like it's gone on pretty easily. It's pretty sharp. The points of his hair are quite sharp. So maybe grip it around the thickest point here. And then pinch and then push on. But here we go with his black hair. And he looks very, very cool with it. Black, blue, I like them both. Then let's change one of his hands. Just take it off, pull it off. And then let's grab his fighting posing hand with the claw-like shape, and then a bit of hair there, then put that in. Like so. Sometimes you'll hear the click, and then that's it. It's in there, nice and snug. So there we go. He's looking pretty cool with his black hair. And that's really it. Just remove the hands the same way for the rest, and that's it. So let's get him into a pose of sorts. I'm going to leave the other hand as it is. But to mention on his arms, which I didn't call them before, was I feel that the arms in general are, well, the upper arms are pretty much Goku's arms from Goku 2.0, and then these are a bit new because of the wrist strap that he's got new to, well, Gogeta has them. Goku doesn't have them as far up. And then his torso looks different because Goku, of course, is fully clothed. I really like his muscles. I just can't get over that. He's really cool. So yeah, let's just get into a simple lunging sort of pose. Bring his arms back. Like I said, gonna keep the hands the same. Yeah, pretty okay, I think, for for now. And then of course you can kind of get him into kick poses if you really want him to, because remember his kicks, his legs are like super like amazing. Let's twist that forward, like so. Bring his arms up a bit. So there we go. He's just doing a boot to someone's face, probably Broly, right? So yeah, it's very easy to kind of pose actually, and yeah, he stands okay. He can stand on one leg, probably in a limited sort of way. I only did it really as a basic one leg pose, but he can do that. But here you go. Here's some gaps that I mentioned before that may happen, but if it's kind of like this on your display, then it's not a huge deal. You're gonna get a bit of view at his crotch, but you can't avoid everything, right? But overall, this figure is pretty cool, pretty cool. Now, in terms of size, then I've only got a couple figures on hand right now. I didn't take out Vegeta, sadly, to compare, but we all know Vegeta is tiny, so yeah. Let's get him to stand then on his own, which sometimes can be a bit of a trouble. Not generally speaking, like, because these figures aren't really well balanced, but just I'm not so great at doing it. So quickly, I usually have to fiddle with the feet quite a bit. Okay, we almost got him. Nope, he's not gonna happen. Yes, he is. No, he's not. So I'm gonna hold him here, and then I'm gonna bring out Goku regular 2.0. Let's move the Super Saiyan Blue head. So this is 2.0 Goku from last year. They're pretty much the same size from head to toe, from the very tip of their hair to the bottom. They're both about 16 centimeters, and they look great together. Hi. Take out Goku. And then let's bring in Iron Man, which of course I just did an unboxing of not that long ago, so that's why he's here. Iron Man is pretty tall actually, so that's him. And then let's bring out Super Boo, who doesn't really fit on the screen right now because he's just massive. He's a massively tall figure. He's nearly 19 centimeters, maybe 18, I forgot now. But Super Boo is a lanky guy, and that's Super Boo. So his size is pretty good. It's in line with Goku, which I think is right. And he looks great. Like I said, his muscle sculpt is so good. Like, I wish I had a body like that. Instead, I've got them in a not very defined way, right? But yeah, he looks great. I like this figure. I think I might get another one just because I like Gogeta. I like how he kind of looks lanky-ish. Very nice, slim build. Toned, very toned build. But Gogeta is cool. I just like his design. I think they nailed it. And this figure is great. I got mine then from, where did I get mine from actually? I got mine from Nin Nin Games for the regular price or slightly below retail price. He can be available still from Nin Nin Games or Nippon Yasan, but he's around 8,000 or 9,000 yen, which is probably around $70 now. In terms of US pricing, you can try checking Big Bad Toy Stores or Amazon.com for a local price and much more local shipping, but you're probably not going to get it until next month because of the delay and difference between US and Japan. But overall, I really like Gogeta figure. I think it's super good. Could be a bit better in terms of some paint like here in the collar. But otherwise, it's great. I mean, give me a stand and some effect parts, but they never ever do that, so I should probably get over it at this point. But I like it. I really, really like it. I like his pants. I just like the grey shading on his pants. It's great. It's great. If you are a big Dragon Ball fan, big Gogeta fan, or you need anything Vegeta or Goku related, and you want the best of both worlds of Goku and Vegeta making Gogeta, then hey, this is the figure for you. So thanks for watching. Check out my channel for more videos on other S.H.Figuarts figures, Figma figures, some Nendoroids, and other random junk. Like, share, subscribe, do your thing to help me out if you can, especially if you like this video. Stay safe, stay happy. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.